welcome to the New Leaf podcast. My name is Carmen and this is a podcast about crocheting, knitting, spinning, and possibly other things you could do with yarn or fiber. So my name is Carmen. You can find me on Instagram as Crafty Queens, on Caramel, no. And you can find me on Ravelry as Caramelletje. And you can also take a look at my blog, craftyqueens.nl. I have over 40 free patterns on there, so there's a lot to browse. And also since about 2 months, I have my own Etsy store. You can find me on there as New Leaf Designs NL. Today I have a lot of things to talk about with you guys. Firstly, I have a finished object. I have some more WIP progress, and I have a cast on that I am debating. And also I have some personal stuff that I would like to share. We just bought a house today. We got the keys just a few hours ago. And I will be telling more about that at the end of the episode. So first, let me show you my WIP. No, it's not my WIP. It's an FO right now, but I've been calling it my Whirl WIP on Instagram, but I guess now I can call it a Whirl FO. Whirl is the name of the yarn. It's called Scheepjes Whirl. And it's a gradient yarn cake. It's 1,000 meters, so a lot of yarn. And because the yardage was so huge, I thought to crochet with it. And you've seen this as a WIP in a couple of previous episodes. And now it is finished. Let me show you. So here's one end, which is in dark blue, and the color gradually goes to medium blue, light icy blue, gray, and white. So here it is. It's so big! Yay! I can use it as a backdrop actually. Look! It would fit! Well, as some of you may know, some of you watched the previous episode, I was not sure how the dimensions of this project would be. And some others might remember that this is not my first try on this pattern or this design. It's my own design. At first, I had made it about 1/3 of the width. So it was going to be a very thin scarf, more like this. And it was getting so long that I thought, I have to rip back and triple the width. That might have been a bit too ambitious because now, because I wanted it to be a shawl that you can wrap around your shoulder. You can wrap it around your shoulders, but yeah, you just have to pin it in place or just make sure it doesn't fall off your shoulders. Let me show you how it looks. So if you wear it on your shoulders like this, I will try to... Okay, now I understand what the big problem is with showing shawls or sweaters or something. Let me see if I can stand up. I'll just... There. So this is what it looks like. You see that it's not really big enough to wrap, to actually wrap. It's just, I just drape it over my shoulders and just hope it stays put. I guess I could add buttons here to close it, but what I've done, what's also possible is that you just drape it like this. See, this could be nice. It's very nice, actually. Yeah, I think I like this. Or you could not twist it and just drape it like that. That's also possible. Yeah, so I'm really liking this. I'll just sit down again. Yeah, I actually really like it like this. But still, I'd like to see if I can alter the stitch count a little bit to make it a more traditional, just a more regular rectangular wrap that you can just wrap around your shoulders several times. But now it actually stays put, so yeah. I think I will also write up, well, definitely also for this size, because I really like this size. But if you're more into a longer rectangular wrap, I will try if I can make another one. Especially since the yarn is so addicting to work with. You just cannot wait until you get to the next color. And there are so many lovely shades with this yarn. I think if I would go for another one, there is one colorway that goes from bright yellow to pastel pink to fuchsia and some more colors in between. I really love that one. Yeah, and there's another one. It's called Strawberries and Scream, which goes from vibrant red to creamy white. Which is also really nice. But then this one also goes to white, so I kind of wanted a different, like a totally different colorway from this one. So I will see. But so far I'm really loving this. I will be writing up the pattern. It will be available in English, Dutch, and I've also been one lady has offered to translate it into French, which is really nice. Her name is Isabelle Tissier, and she has also translated my rabbit hole cardigan into French. Since she will be running a cowl in her crochet group on Facebook. So if you're interested in participating in her cowl or crochet along for the cardigan, be sure to check out my blog, craftyqueens.nl, and check the French pattern, and there I have a link to her Facebook page. I think it's Jeu avec fil et d'aiguille. So it basically means to play with yarn and needles. Yeah. So just check out my blog, and you see it's the latest post as of today. So check out her Facebook page if you're interested, and she will also be translating this pattern. I will be calling this pattern Breeze Blocks for two reasons. Breeze Blocks is the title of a song by one of my favorite bands, Alt J, and I don't really know what it means. That's with most of Alt J's songs, but I really love their music, and as you can see, the shawl is made up from little tiny blocks, and since it is such an airy pattern, I thought breeze blocks was kind of, I don't know, at this, when I made this and I was thinking, okay, I have to get, or I was counting the blocks I had every row, and I thought, okay, blocks, and it's really airy, and it just clicked to breeze blocks. And I was also at the sea at the time. I was working on this on my holiday in Bali, and so I was working on this. I was feeling the sea breeze, and I just thought something with breeze might be really nice to call this pattern. So hence the name Breeze Blocks, and I am really loving it. The pattern is, well, still under construction. The skeleton is there, but I still have to add pretty things, such as fun fonts, and I don't know how do you say that, like the words have to be prettier, and I have to put in pictures and maybe a schematic and also pictures of the construction, so I might have to wait until I am making the second one, so I can take some in progress pictures. Yeah, so keep your eyes out for that. It will be available very soon. I think it's all about shawls today because the whip I'm going to show you is a shawl, and the cast on I am debating is also a shawl. So let's get on to number 2. This is my Bali shawl in my Bali bag. Well, it's actually the Piccadilly shawl by, forever pronouncing this name wrong, Justina Dorkowska. And I am making this out of Tosh Merino Light and some local hand-dyed yarn by Het Wool Based. I haven't made much progress since the last time, which is 2 weeks ago. Just a few more rows. And now I am actually finished with the picot rounds or rows. Picot rows. So now there will be one more section, which is called Flower Band, which is kind of this wavy pattern, and then there will be a big sideways edge, and I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, so I only worked on this yesterday actually, and it has to do with the cast on I'm debating. Well, I'm not debating it anymore. I know for sure that I want to cast this on, but I need these needles. So yeah, yesterday I came to the conclusion that I gave my other 4mm needles to my mom, so I have to get things off the needles before I can cast another thing on, which is kind of sad, but also actually pretty good at the same time, because, you know, keeps me disciplined. But I think I won't be done with this anytime soon, but I will be able to try shorter needles soon, I guess. I'm not really sure, but I do have some 4mm needles with a shorter cord in between. Yeah, so anyway, let me tell you the story of my cast on. So I went to cast on the Aura shawl by Caitlin Hunter, who is Boyland Knitworks on Instagram. And it's a 4-color shawl, and you need 2 full skeins and 2 mini skeins. So just 4 colors. And I have my 4 colors right here. So there's 2 pinks, 1 very pale beige with speckles, and 1 green, which I think will be a nice contrast. this was actually going to be my birthday cast on. I celebrated my 26th birthday on the 26th of June, and one friend of mine on Instagram, his name is Nathan, and he is from the yarn dyeing company Twisted Finch. Has his own hand-dyed yarn. He asked me, do you have plans for a birthday cast on? And I was like, what? Is there such a thing? Well, and I just said, oh, any excuse for a new cast on. But at that moment, I wasn't quite sure about the colors yet for the Aura shawl. So I thought, okay, instead I'll just work on my world project. So I also had some more motivation to finish this, so I could reward myself with a new cast on later. And then I didn't finish it that evening, so I was gonna cast on the day after my birthday. Then I wasn't quite sure of the colors, so I had some kind of debate about that, and when I was finally ready to cast this on yesterday, I found out that I did not have the correct size needles. So I'm gonna have to either work more on this, or maybe buy another pair of needles, or I might stumble upon another correct size pair of needles that I had hidden somewhere, or I might cast it on straight needles first. So that's where I am at right now. I'm pretty sure this whip will take some time to finish because of the border, but you know, this new cast on can wait, right? I'm not sure. If I had the needles, I would just cast on right away. Maybe I have some somewhere. Yeah, so yes, that's what I have been doing this week, or the past 2 weeks actually. I have not worked at all on my coral reef socks, which are my mercury socks. Yeah, I brought it with me once in the car, but then I did not work on it. So anyway, as I was telling you before, we've had some major life happening the past couple of weeks. So we've been really busy with all the house things, getting the mortgage, and we thought that was the only thing, but there are many more things that we had to take care of, and each of those things required our signature, and then yeah, so I'm happy that all of that is done now. Crossing my fingers. I hope that there's not something I'm forgetting, but of course moving will also, yeah, be, well, not difficult, but just it takes time. And I'm living in a very small apartment right now, so it will be quite difficult to get all of the things out. I do have an elevator though. That is a real lifesaver. So our house is somewhat closer to my parents, further away from my work, but that is okay. Yeah, it is closer to my boyfriend's job, so yeah, and half an hour isn't really that long. It's just, no, it isn't really that long, but now I can, if we are still sharing a car, if I don't have the car on a specific day, then I'll just take my bike. And for when we're living at the house, I can no longer go on my bike. So yeah, so there will be some changes, and I'm mostly very excited about the new space. We are moving from a 1-bedroom apartment to a 3-bedroom house with garden and garage and second kitchen behind the garage. Can I hear an amen? Second kitchen. So I bet you can guess what I'll be doing in that second kitchen. Yeah, I'll be installing some electric stoves, and I will be hopefully hand dyeing some more yarn and shawls, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I have also bought some chamomile seeds since I really loved to dye with chamomile flowers. They produce a lovely yellow shade. And I plan, so we have a garden in back and in the front of the house, and I plan to have some flowers there, or plants that I can use to dye yarn and fabrics. So that's really exciting, and one of the bedrooms is going to be our kind of, how do you say this? It's going to be, in Dutch we have a word for this, and we just call it our hobby room. So, so for me, I would place all my yarn there and also make my little podcast nook, and my boyfriend will place his guitars there, and yeah, so we'll have a whole room for that. And the third bedroom will probably just be a closet. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to choosing new furniture and arranging all the things and getting new place for my yarn, and yeah, just having more space in general, because now it's we have so much stuff and the apartment is really tiny. I mean, if it was just one of those things, but it's both, so we have it's just crazy. We just stumble across each other's stuff all the time. Yeah, so we'll be moving the next couple of weeks. I still hope to record a podcast every weekend. So it's just, with me, the editing kind of takes really long time. I usually podcast in the weekend and then upload it by Thursday. So I know it's kind of bad, but on the same day, I just don't feel like editing. And my video editor is really crap, because sometimes it takes up to 24 hours to save a movie. Yeah, so I'm looking for some other software. Yeah, but I think I wanna end this episode before I get too rambly about things, because I already feel like this is one of my most rambly episodes ever. And I thank you so much if you have stuck around until now. I really appreciate all of you guys watching. Have you noticed we're over 500 subscribers now, and that is a really big hooray moment for me. Yeah, so I won't say stay tuned for this shawl pattern, because it won't be up by the next episode. I'm not that fast. And right now commissions are starting for the new for some new things, so I will also be busy with those. Yeah, so I won't make any promises when this will be ready, but yeah, keep your eyes open anyway. There might be some other fun things coming. Yeah, so I better get working on this whip, or searching for some of my lost needles, and I have just dropped a few stitches, so I better get onto that before I drop any more. Thank you so much for watching, and have a very crafty week, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.